All right, so now we'll do a demonstration of how you actually make a pour over with this. So I have my trusty coffee cup, a wetted pour over set up, my scale, and now let's see how we can do this. So what you'd normally do is you'd go to this menu here, and you'd tell it you want to have. Well, let's see, what's our ratio? We want to make a strong cup of coffee. So the ratios range between uh, I guess I got to. So they go between the typical is 14 to 17. So that's 14 parts water to 1 part coffee grounds. So to make a strong cup of coffee, you want it to be 14 because less water, right? So next thing we'll do is we'll go back in the menu here and we'll tell it we want to operate this by the amount of water we're going to put. So we're just going to go with the default here, but you can see you can crank this up or down by 5 grams at a time. But we're going to make a 300-gram cup. It's going to tell us to put the cup on the scale. That means everything. And then we're going to hit the next button. And it already figured out that we need 21.4 grams of grounds. So we'll add that in here. You can see here at the bottom it's showing us the actual amount. Almost there. There we go. Right on the button. We'll hit next. And so now this was what makes this scale unique. So the top reading here is the amount of water that's actually been poured. Well, this bottom one here that's kind of changing around is actually the derivative of the change in the weight. So it's actually telling you how fast the water is being poured. So the advantage of this is it tells you if your coffee's ground too fine or too coarse. So what you do to use that is while you're pouring, you would just lift this off of here and only look at that screen to tell you what the derivative is, and it'll tell you how your coffee's doing. So we're going to start off here. We're going to just pour a little bit of water to let this bloom. And let it sit for 20 seconds or so and get the grounds nice and wet. I wish you could smell this. So then next we're going to come over here. We're going to start pouring some more water. The idea is you want to keep the grounds just wet. So after they get fully saturated, we'll lift it off and we'll see what the derivative is. Looks like it's focusing up on that part. There we go. So there we go. I don't know if that was out of focus the whole time there, but so you can see that trying to keep the grounds wet. And we can pick this up off of here. So this is telling me my coffee's probably ground a little bit too fine. This is pouring kind of slow. Yeah, this coffee is ground a little bit too fine. Way too fine. Because then it's barely coming out of there.